This time on Scuba Nation.
The boys head to Deerfield Beach, Florida to go lobster hunting with one of the biggest and best dive shops in Florida, Dixie Divers. Dixie Divers put us on the bugs, but we also had a great time hauling the garbage too. So we're chasing tails this time on Scuba Nation.
Who is Scuba Nation? Billy C., Boston born and raised.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Bitch and Mitch, Southern boy. And every other diver on the planet. So join us as we travel the globe exploring Mother Ocean. Welcome to Scuba Nation. One nation underwater.
What's up, Scuba Nation? It's early August in Florida, which means one thing. Time to go bug hunting, baby. I'm talking about the Florida spiny lobster, God's reason for inventing melted butter. This season, so Billy and I trucked it up to Deerfield Beach to go bug hunting with one of the biggest and best dive shops we've ever seen. I'm talking about Dixie Divers. Let's go.
Dixie Divers has been established in Deerfield Beach over 30 years.
Deerfield Beach, tremendous diversity of scuba diving. I didn't know it was that much diversity out there, so it was a real pleasant surprise for me to come up here, do some incredible drift diving, get on some healthy reefs. But what we did, it was the opening of lobster season. And we went up there with Pavan and his crew on the Lady Goat Diver, and we crushed it. There's plenty of wrecks up here in Deerfield Beach.
There's a lot of great wreck diving up here, like the Captain Dan or the USS Copenhagen. But for today, it's all about the bugs. I wasn't in the water for more than 5 minutes and already had a bug in my net. It was going to be a good day for sure. Old Mitch strikes first, per the norm.
Lobster here in Deerfield Beach in this area is very popular because we hit over and over again. And the season starting is amazing that we go there every time and we bring a lobster. It's because it's a corridor moving the lobster from the south and north. They're constantly moving, and we have all the time we're getting lobster and lobster. So it's a great destination to get your tail, get going and chase your tails right here, and they get a great time and get dinner same time. You have a good nice dinner after the dive, you know what I mean? That's the place to come and have a good time.
This lobster is pregnant. You could tell from the orange eggs underneath the tails. By Florida law, you have to let her go, so she could populate lobsters for years to come. Lobster season should really be renamed to the lobster holiday season. As soon as the season opens in early August, it's about the only thing that most divers think and talk about. And it gets serious too. Some folks become these bug hunting machines. It's a blast to go bug hunting, but it's also fun to watch the other divers going after their prizes too. I really think the passion is rooted in the fact that you're having a blast catching these guys, but it's the great time you're going to have later eating these delectable critters with family and friends. It's so Florida.
We are Dixie Divers. We're a small business, and all my family is all involved in the business. I got 3 daughters. All the daughters is all divers. They're in the boat diving all the time with me. We do dive all the time.
Pavan and his family has one good-looking dive shop at Deerfield Beach. Dixie Divers is a family-owned business, and that's how they treat people they take diving for over 20 years, just like family. Whether you're new to diving or a seasoned pro, Dixie Divers has something for everybody. There are plenty of lobsters to catch, amazing wreck diving, and plenty of great diving on the reefs off of Deerfield Beach. Stop by Dixie Divers and tell them Scuba Nation sent you. Welcome back, Scuba Nation. We're diving with Dixie Divers in Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Being established in Deerfield Beach about 30 years ago is a well-known store. As the time go by, we're getting bigger. Now in the same location, we do have a nice boat on the Newton 46 brand new boat that we take you guys out to dive. Also too, in the same location, we have a 2 classroom for our classes. Also too, we're the only dive store in the area that we have right behind the store a nice pool. We have a 9 feet deep pool where all our students do all the skills previous to go to the ocean, and you will make sure you're nice and comfortable before you jump in a big lake out there, the Atlantic Ocean.
Every range of diving ability can be served up here in this area. Whether you're a beginner diver, or whether you're an advanced diver, or whether you're a technical diver, you got it all. You got it all from the wrecks, to the reefs, to drift diving, to lobster hunting, to photography, to spearfishing. And Dixie Divers and Pavan and his crew, they serve everybody. They do all that. They're a full-service shop, and they cater to everybody's needs.
Dixie Divers stays involved in the Deerfield Beach community. They do many events like the annual pier cleanup, which is a blast.
So another great thing that Pavan and Dixie Divers, they do an annual pier cleanup. And this event just seems to get bigger every year.
So it's Ocean Day here at Deerfield Beach. Dixie Divers, which is sponsoring this event, has over 300 divers getting in the water. Insane. Billy C's out there with them right now.
Over the years, we've been very involved with the city. Deerfield Beach is a very small city, very friendly, and that's what we try to do. We do community events. We do a pier cleanup every year. We do Ocean Day as a cleanup of Deerfield Beach. The pier cleanup we'll be doing over about 10 years. We started years ago when we requested to the city to close the pier the first time. The first event we had just about 50 people. Now, over the years, we've been built up more and more and more. As the last event we just did this past June 2015, we had over 400 divers. It was a great event. It was like a Woodstock of divers. Everybody have a good time. And the dive is great. Not just we're doing something good for the environment, but also too, we have a good time out of the water because we can see lobster, we can see fish, look downs. schools of fish, tarpon, everywhere. So it's a great event. It's the only time of the year we can do this, and also we do a lot of good for the local, for our environment, and for the community.
Cleaning up all the debris that is created from, beachgoers, fishing lines, hooks, beer cans, all these things that get on our reefs, plastic, things that we don't want to see while we're diving.
These pier cleanups make things so much better for both the fishermen and for the fish who live under the pier. Divers and volunteers on the pier remove miles of fishing line, pounds of lead sinkers, all of which are a hazard to marine life. I don't even need to mention the sunglasses, beer bottles, soda cans, and God knows what else they find while they're down there. You could cut your cake and eat it too, because not only are you doing something good for the environment, but it's a lot of fun too.
The idea is get the whole family involved, get out there and have a good time for a 10-year-old to a 50-year-old to a 60-year-old. Get the whole family involved and do activity in the water safely.
Welcome back, Scuba Nation. There are some essential pieces of equipment that you'll need if you want to go lobster, and Camilla is going to tell us all about it. Everything you can get right here at Dixie Divers.
So first off, I would definitely buy a pair of gloves.
The Florida lobster doesn't have claws, but it is covered with sharp points all over their bodies. That's the reason why they're called the spiny lobster, so trust me, gloves are a must.
Next important piece of equipment you're going to need is the gauge.
Okay.
Because you cannot pick up lobsters that are too tiny or have eggs. So you put it up on top of the lobster like this, on top between the eyes,
Right.
and then you see where it falls between the head and right before the tail.
Gotcha. And if it's larger than that, then it's a keeper, correct?
Keeper.
So Camilla, how are you supposed to catch the lobsters underwater?
We have two different types of snares to catch lobster. We have the automatic snare
Okay, nice.
and the regular traditional snare.
Automatic, does that mean it's Mitch-proof? Because I'm not sure how I made it out of grammar school.
Okay.
Oh no, don't catch me, don't
So
catch
have
me.
it like this, and then you put it through the tail, and you go like that.
Oh no! Then of course the lobster's tail goes in here, and you lower the boom.
Yeah.
And he ain't going anywhere,
Exactly.
except home and on top of the dinner table.
All right, next they have the net
Okay,
to catch lobsters in,
very nice.
and the tickle stick.
Pickle stick. Coochie, coochie, coo. Now, you mentioned the mesh bag, but you also have the Lobster Hotel, is
Yes.
that correct?
So you could just put the lobster in through here and it won't come out.
Okay.
It'll stay in there.
Right.
And once you're done, at the end of the dive, there is a zipper, that you can open and get the lobsters out easy. Also, if you want to catch lobsters like a pro, please pick up my sister's DVD called Catching Tails.
All of this equipment you can purchase right here at Dixie Divers. They'd love to see you. Thank you,
All right.
Camille.
You're welcome.
So I was diving with Serge, one of the dive masters here at Dixie Divers, and we were lobster hunting. And we found this little honey hole, and we were pulling out the lobsters, and he was wearing his side mount, so this guy was going at it. But we found a little bristle star. So this little bristle star was walking out of the hole, and I think that was one of the first times I got to see a bristle star.
The only downside to bug hunting is that you're so busy looking for the bugs, you might miss some of the other really cool stuff to look at under the water. It's a rough life, but hey, somebody's got to do it. Surge was all business underwater. Billy C found this hole that had like 4 lobsters hiding under a rock. Old Serge made short work catching every one of those rascals.
I've been eating lobster. I'm almost sick of it. I almost feel like the prisoners back in Boston, back in like the 1700s, when all they had is lobster, and that's what they fed the prisoners. And then the prisoners were like, dude, I don't want to eat any more lobster. I'm sick of lobster. I'm almost to that point. That's how many lobsters we caught with Pavan and his crew. You know, these reefs are very healthy, tons of lobsters, tons of marine life, and we got to see, you know, lots of moray eels. You know, we saw all kinds of angelfish. I even saw hermit crabs.
Always have a great time chasing tail with Dixie Divers and hauled in our legal limit of lobsters. Dixie Divers is a shop that has it all. The shop not only brings great diving to the Deerfield Beach area, but they're also very active in their community as well. They would love to have you as part of their diving family. For Billy C, I'm Mitch. One Nation Underwater. Thanks for watching. Getting them out of the line, and then of course back to the water for you. Yay! We're going to need, and Camilla, God, get that right in a minute. 3, 2.
Spiny, they do have little spines that. Oh dang it!
Oh no! 3, 2, 1.
I thought you were saying that.
No, that's what you're supposed to say.